Something that I love about my hardcore world is all the different little areas and places we have around the world. Like for example, we have the Italian village, we have the cyberpunk city, and of course we also have our medieval area, White Bridge. But there's also one other spot in our world that we actually have not touched since episode 6. And yes, of course, I'm talking about the fishing village. Look at this thing, so ancient. I remember making this build all because I wanted to get a mending book without having to do villagers. I was trying to be stingy, and I caved and I got villagers. But yeah, as much as I like the fishing village here, I think it's really cute. These little shacks kind of just overhanging with these little bridges and all this stuff. It's pretty cool. It served its function as a fishing spot, but we're going to be doing some mega big upgrades around this area, and I'm so excited to work on it with you guys. It's going to be a long process. We're doing a big overhaul in this ravine. Okay, I've been trying to figure out how to phrase this properly while it makes sense and you guys get a better idea of the theme we're going for here. But it's going to be an old castle fort that used to be here guarding the river, and it's been converted into a tourist trap downtown area, and with pretty much a bunch of these like docks off the sides of the mountain. So it's very dangerous, but down in the water is like the safety net, and there'll be two layers of the village. The top layer will be the tourist trap, the downtown area, very bright, very colorful. And then on the lower level, next to the water, like pretty much on the water level, is gonna be the slums. Now, of course, if you've seen Arcane before, this might sound a little bit familiar. Essentially, I want the upper area to be kind of like Piltover, you know, very shiny, very nice. And then on the under area, it's going to be like Zon, very dark. A lot of crime maybe goes on down there, drug trading and selling. I mean, me personally, it sounds like the Undercity might be kind of lit. But yeah, we have a lot of building cut out for us in this episode. And luckily, I already have all the resources for this. I did so much grinding, you know, for other builds. I like to overgather my resources, so then when it comes to moments like this where I just want to build and not worry about anything else, I don't want to resource gather right now, it comes in very clutch. But after this build, I will be very dry on resources, so of course in the future we're gonna have to gather all those resources back. And this is my shameless plug saying that I will be streaming the day after this upload is. It'll be on the screen, boom boom, I'm streaming on this day. So if you're interested in tuning in on that stream, make sure you turn on notifications on YouTube, and of course if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. All right, let's make this a bit easier for ourselves here, and we're gonna break up the build into sections because there's actually a lot for us to build and a lot for us to develop. And there's guys up there gonna attack me. All right, so the first step we're gonna have to do is actually get rid of everything that used to be here. I know it might be sad for some of you to see these beautiful little mossy roofed buildings, little shacks, be removed from the world, but I think it's for the greater good. These are cool, but there's not much like style to them. They're kind of just there to exist. I mean, I mostly came here to fish, and I gather a lot of my ink sacs from here. But I want to, you know, I want to get rid of this and try a whole new style. So we'll be doing the castle section all in this, you know, right here on this building. And then we'll probably expand it out a bit more on this side too. Have a nice little like gateway arch right here and maybe a bridge connecting over to this mountain here. I think just kind of sprawling out the castle a little bit on each of the fronts of the river. So we'll do one on this side. And then in Cheaty Cam here, we'll have another section of the castle right here at the kind of at the mouth of this river. And it's probably worth the time too to set up all of the docks and like the layers. We're gonna use like a lot of spruce wood for these layers for the uptown and the downtown area. I don't know if that made sense. Uptown, downtown. Now I think we're gonna be making our castles here out of tuff. I want to use tuff because I think it really contrasts well with the White Bridge area. You can't see it from down here. So White Bridge is mostly made of diorite and calcite, as you can see, and I think it'd be kind of a cool contrast to have this little castle section. You know, it'll be very similar in like medieval theme, very old-ish style, old English style, if you will. So I think having tough based castle would be really fun to mess with, and kind of just a nice contrast from that area. Maybe kind of disassociating it with the White Bridge area and kind of keeping it as its own. And of course, I've brought over some mossy blocks too because I want to add some old remnants feeling of it, like, you know, it's been decayed over time, moss has grown, leaves have grown up, vines have started showing up, and just kind of aging the build a bit more to make sure it's clear that it's an older build. All right, I think that's enough said for our first section. I think we got to start tackling this. No more dilly-dallying, no more procrastinating. Barce, come on, I'm such a terrible procrastinator. I think let's just jump into it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. All right, so part 1 of our fishing village is complete. We now have the fort all in place. Here's the front side, you know, where you'll see coming in from the main section of the valley. It's a very cool little spectacle. It's got some nice asymmetry to this and nice framing, you know. We got this tower here and this tower just about the same height, and then this one's pretty low. A nice bridge right there and a cool 45-degree angled bridge right here with a nice little, like, I don't know, a banister? What do you call that? Railing? Yes, railing. Also, a cool gate right here. I love this gate. I think it looks so cool. It looks like it's been, like, permanently kind of propped open kind of thing, but also still feels like it would have been real, like they would have actually used it to shut down this whole like little land entrance there. And then on the inside here, we have a little complicated staircase area here. One stair goes all the way up to the bridge up top here, and you can connect up to this building. And then we have another staircase right down here, which is on the bridge. Now, I'm debating on the railings here. I kind of hate the railings on the bridge. Let's do a compare and contrast. I'm gonna get rid of them, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, and survey says, yeah, it just looks weird without the railing, but like with the railing, it looks a little bulky. I don't know. Okay, let me add it back and get all the pieces that flew all the way down freaking stairs here. Yeah, all right, I think that looks better. All right, we'll move on from that. But over here, I do want to talk about the palette a little bit, and I think this wall right here is a great example of our palette. Now, it's a little strange because we are using a lot of the mossy blocks here. We're using the mossy stone bricks and the mossy cobblestone. And obviously, the stone brick behind it does not nearly match up well enough with the tough blocks here. The tough blocks are way too dark for it to blend in. But for some reason, the mossy texture right here really just kind of helps blend these two together. I think it's just because of how like cool of a temperature this block is. It kind of blends really well with the green there. And especially once we cover it up with some leaves and vines, it'll really blend in super well. And it'll create a nice little mossy effect towards the bottom of all these buildings, aging them just a little bit more. And yeah, we will be going through and adding in some acacia leaves and some vines all around. I think acacia leaves will be our main sort of leaf block in this area, just because I think I like it kind of feels a little bit tropical. I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, here we are at the boardwalk level now. And we have two different sides. We have the right side and the left side. Now, I made this right side way flatter right here than I did on this left side here. It's a good excuse to have some nice height variation, but mostly it's because when I made this left side here, or I guess, yeah, the left side, and I went up originally with it, I realized it's going to be really difficult to make some buildings, you know, along the sides here. It'll be kind of cool to, you know, have a sort of a leading line going upwards, but I think it's a little too difficult to work with sometimes, so we will make this right side a little bit easier for us to work with. As you can see, I've cleared out some spots for them. I've kind of laid out some, like, potential doors and stuff on some of these buildings. Like, I think a door and, like, some sort of window over here on a building, like, right here on the edge of the corner could be really cool. Same with over here. Kind of just have slightly planned them out. I even did some tuff to kind of, like, help me visualize where some doors and stuff might be, but I might have to revisit that and see if I want to make any changes, so it's not permanent. And of course, here is the other side of the castle. This is my favorite side, and I know what a few of you might say is that our palette with just the tough blocks and then the tough bricks is a little boring, and I do agree. I tried throwing in other blocks. I think the pale moss actually would have worked really well, and now I think about it, I should have used pale moss. Okay, maybe we'll go back through the build and add in some pale moss in some spots. But anyways, I really like the palette. It's very simple. It gives it that ruggedness that like a castle has and still gives it the brick feelingness of a castle, you know, with the fortification, making it feel nice and sturdy in the ground. So I think it does what it does. So I think it does what it's supposed to do fairly well. We have a nice little bridge over here as well, and a beautiful big arch right here. This will be really fun to see when you're coming in through the river. And also, it's just a really nice backdrop to kind of frame out the whole city. And it just looks so pretty. I think 45-degree angled bridges with a nice big arch is always just very cool. All right, we're here in free cam because I want to show off these windows right here. These are some of my favorite windows to do when I'm making castles. They're little tiny slits. And they're just, I know, it's an upside down stairs and a regular stair right there. And they kind of make a nice little hole. And I put black wool behind them for now, because some of these will not have any interior behind them, like this building here and this little tower right here won't. And I think this one right here too. But I just threw them all in the background just to highlight them a little bit better. And it does look a lot nicer to look at. And if you're from my modern beta video, you might recognize this little corner here. A very, very random kind of mention of it. But this is a little piece of the build I used for the modern beta video, and I converted it into this castle because I guess, you know, I'd be castling recently. And I don't know, I think this looks really cool. It's one of my favorite little like side hallways that has a nice little window outlook. Like this is going to be a really cool view, kind of looking down on the whole downtown area, walking through here. Now, eventually, I do want to connect up all these castle entrances and doorways with each other. And I want a full loop. I want to be able to start over here, go through this mountain here, come out this side, go through there, all over the bridge, inside this building, through there, connecting up all the way into this building. And you can also, or maybe we have it connect up down here too. I do have a nice little bridge pathway down here. Don't really care for it, but it does feel like it makes the place feel a little bit more connected. Now, also one more thing I do want to do in this area, which I think would be nice, is to move this waterfall to somewhere back here a little bit more, maybe right around this rock where that tree is, kind of coming down the mountain here. Because there's a nice cutout in the, like, it almost feels like a river was supposed to be here, and it's not here, obviously. So I think like somewhere right up here would be really cool to make a little water feature coming down the mountain, kind of giving more of a reason why this is all carved out, and then we can make it feel a little bit more, you know, we can do some more terraforming. And what, the border of torch? That's so weird. Dude, what is going on with my lighting? Why is it all glitch? All right, but now it's time for me to go through and actually add in all these leaves and vines. So I'm gonna get a little stir crazy for a second. Let's get some placing down. Yeah, so as you can see, once we get some more of the leaves and the vines in, the stone brick texture there kind of fades away a little bit more. And also, if I kind of thought about it a little bit more, it does work also as like a faded brick. So it doesn't feel too forced. It still feels like it fits in very naturally with the tough bricks. And the leaves definitely help mask it a bit more. Okay, but I got even more leaves to place, like over here and over there, and oh yeah, on this side too. Oh yeah, look at the green over there, looking so pretty. We got it all up over here too. Oh yes, I love it. I love it so much. All right, now that we have all of our leaves in, I think it's time that we need to work on the actual city itself, the downtown area. This upper layer is gonna look so cool. It's gonna look so filled in with life, and it's gonna be so colorful. I'm so excited. It's such a cool, it's one of my favorite little areas in our valley now. Oh, I'm so excited. So of course, as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. Alright, it's been a few hours and I've put in a few more buildings as you saw in the montage, and also made up some trees here, which I think beautifully kind of help the background here with the whole fortress. It just looks so pretty with the nice little touch of leaves there, adding some more height variation into this too. Oh, it looks so cool. Also, a nice little sneak peek of the village coming through this angle right underneath the bridge. Looks so cool and colorful. Let's go check it out. All right, ignore my shulker monster. It's getting bad. It's getting really bad over here, but we have our first side of the street completely done. It's not really a street, I guess. It's like the dock level or the uptown level. But here it is in all of its glory. We have a few different styles of building here. They're all uniquely different from each other, but they all have very similar kind of styles going on to keep them all feeling within the same world. So this first building we have here is a bit more like English city kind of style, like a street, like a London kind of building here. And we just have a nice little window frames going on in each of these. And also each building has its own unique window style too, which I think is also very fun. We use a pretty simple palette here. I wanted to make this building feel a bit orange and red, kind of feeling like it's really washed down. So we used a lot of the light gray terracotta as our base, regular terracotta, and then a little bit of orange in there to transition into. Also really like this window right here sticking out of this building. It gives a nice, a little bit more interest to this building, kind of breaks it up from the rest. And also there's a balcony right up there that I think is a pretty sick view of this side. We know when eventually this side gets put in, but we ignore the stone wall here. All right, then we have these three buildings right here, which they all kind of work together. They're very similar in style. The first thing is they have these big, thick borders on them. Well, I guess these two do. This one does not, but it's surrounded by two thick border buildings. So I thought it was a little too much to have this guy have borders as well. But anyways, we have this one nice and red outlined. I love it. The netherrack works so well with mangrove. Oh my goodness. If you aren't using netherrack, start using it now. Then we have this building right here using all of the prismarine here at the bottom, just to make it a little bit different from these other ones where they feel like a bit more shoppy. You know, like this one has a nice little like garage front here on this building. And I'm going to put in the doors a bit later. I didn't have the copper doors for these buildings right here. I guess this one's actually the pale doors, but then these windows a bit different, using some scaffolding instead and kind of keeping it all towards the top. And then this one finally is our tallest building, other than that one, I guess. Out of these three, it's the tallest. And it's pretty simple, nothing too crazy on this one, except for this part up here. A nice little extrusion. Now, I'm still debating on keeping this all copper on the side. I wanted to feel like it was, I don't know how I wanted to feel, actually. I thought copper would look good here, but I think I might be leaning towards oak trap doors here soon. I'm still sitting on that one, but it'll blend really well and work really well with like the oak trim that we're using on this building. And then finally, this guy, just to kind of fill up some space between the castle part and I guess this other building here. And this one's very colorful. I saw a really cool painting by Alarco, a digital painting, and I kind of tried to mimic it a bit. And we got a nice little red trimmed door up here with a brown door and then some white window trims. And there's some more details in the windows, and also all the other windows we'll be adding a bit later, but I wanted to keep it simple. And I think also in the future, you know, I'm not a big interior guy, especially when I'm working on exteriors for the most part. I like to kind of separate them out into two different types of style and mode that I'm in. So I think in the future, we'll come back here and dig out these and make them proper little shops. And maybe we try to make little tiny farms on the inside. I don't know what they'll be, but that could be pretty cool to come by here and kind of go by each shop and pick up whatever we get out of them. And just to switch it up a little bit, here is what the street on this side looks like from the bridge right here. Oh man, it's so cool. The leading lines, you know, going all the way down here. Like just come down here for a second with me again. Like, look how colorful it is. I love how colorful this place is. And on this right side, it's also going to help a lot. Oh man, I'm very excited to work on this right side and call this project complete. But I do want to work on this right here. Now I have a little dirt bridge and I'm not sure what to do with it. So I think we should make a little tightrope bridge connecting these two sides of, you know, of the docks. I don't know what to call these, so I guess like left and right street. But a nice little hanging rope bridge connecting these two could be pretty fun. And maybe we just do the one actually right here. Let me go grab some wood for it. All right, first we'll do a slab right here. And I actually don't want it on that level. Can I? Oh man. Okay, we'll do a slab here. I need to get rid of this. There we go, like that. There we go. Awesome. And then we get a stair right here. Will this place correctly? Can I do this? Nice, okay. Now I'm curious if I place a slab like this, it's gonna do that again. God dang it. Maybe do this, get rid of that. Okay. And then we'll bring it a little bit more to the left here because I want it to go right through here. And maybe just to smooth this out a little bit, we do a trap door right there. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, and then I put an upside down stair right there. We do a slab, and then maybe another slab right here. All right, I think to connect it here, we'll go slab, slab, trapdoor, slab. And then we're connected. There we go. Okay, that's a pretty good little tightrope bridge. Now to make it feel a bit more ropey and a bit more loose, I think we'll add some fences on the bottom to kind of add some more, you know, little depth and little drapes or whatever. But I got to grab a bunch of dirt and maybe sleep through the night. There we go. Look at that. That looks so much better now with the rope underneath. Oh, we got to make that feel a little bit more connected right there, though. Well, if we throw... Maybe we get a little crazy here. We break this and throw a slab or maybe even a stair right there and then cover that up. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely freaking beautiful. Yes, I actually love how that turned out. Looks so good. And now I can go back and forth with this little tightrope bridge, connecting both of the sides up very beautifully, very eloquently as well. All right, but now it's time for the final push, the final details of the city here. Let's get freaking building and make, I think we're gonna make 4 more buildings on this side. I think we can go 1 right here, and I want to get a little crazy. Maybe we do a diagonal building right here. Then we do 2. Then maybe 3, 4. Yeah, I already have one carved out right here. So definitely a 4th one somewhere around here. And we definitely have some room right here as well. Cool. Okay, let's get started on that. And finally, we have all of our buildings in the ravine. Both sides completed, looking so fancy. Here's the right side. Oh man, looking so freaking awesome. Sticking with the very colorful aesthetic we had going on with all of these buildings over here, but taking them a little bit further and trying to do a little bit of a different style. I wanted to try doing this one again over here, but I couldn't really find a wood that felt worked as well. I did it with the jungle over here, which, you know, it works, but the mangrove is just such a nice color. The red is it's such a good red color. So yeah, I attempted it with the jungle over here and it looks pretty decent, but all of these buildings here, every single one is unique, which gives so much more character to this area. And I think we're gonna call this area here Fish Town. I don't know, I think it's kind of a funny name. It's pretty stupid, and it kind of is better than Fishing Village than saying Fishing Village every time. Fish Town, Fish Town. Now, there's one thing you might have noticed about Fish Town here is that it's pretty boring. To be honest, all the roads here on the side, it's just the road by itself. Nothing fancy going on. So I think we should add in some kind of market stalls of some sort, and maybe actually install the doors as well. I keep forgetting about these doors. All right, it's time to bust out the decoration shulker box and let's get decorating. So I think over here at this first building we made, I think it'd be kind of cool to make some sort of little outdoor seating patio here, like this is some sort of restaurant maybe. So I think we'll add a little awning on the top, and I think it'd be cool to use some cherry wood because I've never really used cherry wood. I don't think I've even crafted a single cherry plank in this world. Ooh, the cherry wood's quite nice. Oh my god. Ooh, wait, ah! Wait, let me ooh it that a little bit longer. Come on. There we go. Ooh. See the little signs here kind of draping right over? It just gives a little bit more curve to the awning there. It gives it a bit more of an overhang too. Ooh, I like that detail a lot. And then we'll give it a little bit of support. We got a little fence and that guy right there. And that'll just kind of connect this up to the building a bit better. We could also try doing a fence gate. Ooh, fence gate. Yes, fence gate. Yes, yes, yes. That looks so good. Okay. Then we'll make a little fence around the area right here. And we'll go to right about there, I think. Does this give enough walkway through? Maybe one block less right there. Do we have a lectern? No way, I don't have any lecterns, bruh. Then we'll throw down a lectern right here. Surround it with some signs just to make it feel a little bit more solid. And then right here, we'll make some tables. We use the jungle as our seating and then oak as our table. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Do a few more seats right here. And bam, how's that look? Oh, that's so neat. Oh my god, it's so cute. Now all we need is just a little book right here in the lectern, and it'll look like, you know, some sort of reservation book, and someone will be like, oh yes, I have a reservation for 2 right over here. What am I doing, bruh? All right, then maybe we have this building here be a bit of a flower shop. This could be pretty cool. We'll do another fenced off area right here. We'll add a shelf right here for some pots. Maybe we do a big one and a small one. And then we do some big old garden pots down here. And because of the new pale wood, I really want to try out to see how these work as little thingies for flowers, a little garden pot. Let's see, hold on. Now let's just place on these big pot, maybe here, here, and here. And maybe we put a plant on this one. There we go, we're gonna add some moss into these guys right here, an azalea into that one, and maybe add an azalea leaf to the top. Oh yeah. Will that open up? Will it look awesome? Come on, open up, it's nighttime. I want to see it. I want to see the cool flower. Yay! I like that flower so much more. It's so much prettier. Because there's our little flower shop. And honestly, it kind of works too, because this little pattern I made right here is a flower. Yeah, that works really well. All right, then right here, let's make another little awning to kind of cover up this corner. And we'll use our crimson wood instead. I don't really use crimson wood either ever since they came out with mangrove. Because simply, it's just better. I don't know what it is about this one, but it looks a little less curved than that one does. I think it might be worth adding in some crimson trapdoors and maybe some pale trapdoors on the top here to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, don't ask me why that fixed it, but that fixed it. And of course, we'll do the same thing we did over there with the support. We go like this, and it looks very nice. And maybe we plant some crops right here. Chance I have carrot. None. Or potato. None. Carrot. Potato. Oh, right there. There we go. And then, where'd the potato go? Oh my god. How did I leave that potato behind? Did I just like put it in here without thinking? All right, eventually these will grow up and make a lot more sense. Actually, why might I have bone meal on me? Boop, 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 beep, beep, boop, 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 bop. Yes, perfect. That's the one I wanted. Look at that. That looks so cool. It looks all grown up and awesome. I don't... Pretty sick. All right, we'll do one more awning off of this building, and we'll make this one out of copper just to contrast with the red and the white on this building. And pro tip for all my builders out there, if you do this on accident where you placed it on the block, the upper part of the block, and oh no, you can't place any blocks, you know, right underneath it for the support. Check this out, ready? Gate, trapdoor, a button facing that way. And it kind of creates a nice little arch, and it kind of continues the little, you know, support of it. It looks really sick. All right, I think to wrap it up on this side right here, we should add some more seating in to make it feel a bit more, you know, like a touristy spot. Yeah, I think this will work really well over in this spot. Okay, wait, I just thought of a really cool idea. What if we made a little bit of an umbrella right here? And because we have the new pale trapdoors, we can get a really nice shape for this umbrella. We just do a double layer of the trapdoors on these side. And then on the lower section, we do this, and we're also using the resin blocks. Look at me being all fancy. Oh, I need one more. And there we go. Boom. Yes. Oh my god. That's such a good umbrella. Oh, umbrellas have just evolved with the new pale trapdoors. Wait, I might go umbrella crazy. Let's do one more right here. Yup. This is so sick. Oh my god. I'm feeling greedy. Let's do one more. Ooh, that prismarine one is kind of fire. And these look so good from over here. Oh my god, I love it. Hello, it's me, Editor Barce. I totally forgot to mention this in the actual clip, but down here in the Undercity, we'll be working on this in a future episode. I know. I mentioned it in the beginning, and it would have been really cool to have the full thing done, but I think I've spoiled you guys enough with all of the freaking beautiful builds up top here in Uptown, in the Fish Town. Uptown Fish Town. So we'll be doing this in a future episode. I also want to spend some more time kind of ironing out how it's going to look and the vibe down here, because I want it to be very different from up top here and to feel, you know, a lot more like the whole Arcane, Zon, and Piltover thing. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. All right, so I think I'm pretty happy leaving it off in this current state. Now we have some future plans here, obviously. I think it'd be really fun to actually make real shops and farms out of these buildings, have some more reason to come back to this area. So if you have any ideas on what to name some of these shops here, like if you guys want to name this building here, whatever you want to call it, you know, call it Blue Building, and then for this one, call it Sandstone Building. And you know, if you guys have any name suggestions, I'd love to see any of them, because I just like to throw you guys into the world a little bit, get you guys involved. I think it's just really fun. This is a series I share with you guys, so you guys are just as involved as I am, although I do a lot more work than you guys. So you guys need to pick it up. And I felt, whoa, Trident. Uh-oh, wait, he's scary, but I want him. Come here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? What? Oh, there you are. Hello. Come on, give me Trident. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any shop name suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I will be reading all the comments as I always do. Of course, if you like the video, like the video. If you liked me, subscribe. And if you really liked me, consider joining as a member. Now, if you're a member or considering joining as a member, I will be doing a new season of the members only survival SMP that I also do play on occasionally and stream on occasionally. So there'll be a new season of that in the coming weeks. So keep your eyes peeled if you are an investor or a member on the channel. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.